For the tiger nut, it will usually come dry, just as you can see. And what I have done is I've actually hydrated some. This has been in water for about 24 to 36 hours in the fridge. And once it's hydrated, you can use it. Then it's nice and crunchy. So firstly, and I have dates as well that's been hydrated. I'm going to mix up with the pudding. So first I pour in the tiger nut, and I add in the rice as well, and the dates that is already crunched. And at this point, you can add a bit of cinnamon if you want, and a tiny bit of clove as well. Then what I'll do next is I'll blend it. Now I have poured all the nuts, the dates, and the rice and the tiger nut into the blender. I'll blend it until it's nice and clear before I sieve it. So now I have all the blended rice, dates, and tiger nut. I am going to sieve it, and I'll show you the final product when it's sieved. It should be nice and clear. So I'm going to caramelize the sugar that I'm going to use for the pudding. So the sugar is going to melt and crystallize until it's golden, which is the color I need. And I'll let it rest before I put it in my pudding. So that's how it looks now. I'm going to wait until it's nice and brown. So the sugar is crystallized. I'm going to set it aside and start the pudding. So the pudding is already, this is the end product of the pudding. I'm going to continue stirring until it's thick, and you have to make sure you stir in one direction so that it doesn't have lumps. So I'm keep stirring. As you can see, it's thickening up. So it will be on for like 30 to 45 minutes. Just keep thickening up until it's nicely thickened. And I'm gonna add some of the crystallized sugar just to give it that bit of color into it. And that immediately kind of changes the color. I'm gonna add just a tiny pinch of salt in it, just for the extra flavor. And for the tiger nut milk, I have my hydrated tiger nuts that I've already soaked in water. I've got pineapple, I have ginger, I have cloves, and I have dates. So the purpose of the dates and pineapple is to sweeten it, and ginger is just to give it that odd thing. And usually you use grated coconut, but I've altered for coconut milk instead. So let's start cooking. And for the clove, you can put as much as you want or as little. It's entirely up to you. So I'm going to add water, and I am going to blend it before we sieve. I've all the ingredients are in, so I am going to blend, then we will sieve. So I've already blended it, and I'm now going to sieve it through myself. You can choose to use a cheesecloth. I'm just using a sieve. And you can add water, more water to the shaft to get more milk out of it. This is our final product. It's tiger nut milk and tiger nut pudding. Tiger nut milk can otherwise be called canoe in house language, and it has a lot of antibacterial properties. It is good to stimulate your liver. It's reduces cholesterol, good for weight loss. It's also good to lower your blood sugar, and it can also be an aphrodisiac as well, and it has dates in it, which is good in fiber as well, and it can be one of your kind of more than your 5 a day really. So like, share, subscribe, and comment. Thank you.
Okay.